Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Podcats Podcast. This is one of the first regular traditional episodes that we've had in quite some time, and we are welcoming back into the podcast studio Benedicte and Faithe. Welcome back.
Yay! Happy to be back.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yes. A few months. Mm-hmm. What have you been up to?
Well, I've had madrigals and I've had musical. Madrigals was in February and it was wonderful. And musical rehearsals are going on now, and that's been a grand old time.
And can you talk a little bit about the musical, what it is this spring?
Yeah. So we're doing Hadestown Teen Edition. And that is it's a musical based on the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. But it's also secondarily based on the myth of Hades and Persephone. So it's about these two sets of lovers, and they're supposed to almost mirror each other, where Orpheus and Eurydice are very young. They've just met each other, and the whole premise is on Earth right now, it is very dark and cold and desolate because Persephone, who is the goddess of spring, hasn't been on Earth in a really long time because her husband Hades has been keeping her in the underworld. So Orpheus's whole thing is he's working on this song that whenever he sings it, spring will come again. Eurydice is this hungry young girl, and they fall in love.
I don't want you to give too much away.
Yes, I will restrain myself.
And enjoy the musical and learn about it as they're watching it.
Yes,
and what part do you play?
I'm Persephone. So that
sounds like an important role.
Yes. So it's Orpheus and Eurydice are the young version, and then Persephone and Hades are supposed to be the older version of them. And it kind of just goes through this story of these two love stories, and it's really fun. It's really nice.
Sounds interesting. And when is the musical?
It is April 25th through the 27th. It's
about 5 weeks away.
Yes, and we're having an understudy show, which I'm very excited about.
Awesome.
You guys should come see it.
That's really a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's at 1 on the 26th. It's at 1 p.m.
Which is Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
I totally guessed on that. I just assumed that's what the date would be for an understudy show. Go ahead, Mr. Burgess.
now you set the bar pretty high last year with Shrek. How does it stack up to Shrek from last year? You're Fiona, of course, right?
Yes. I'd say it's pretty on par, if not slightly better.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know. I'm throwing it out there.
If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. That's
how
good.
I feel. We have a really, really talented cast this year. It's fully stacked. It's so freaking good. And this is also our director Hillary. This is her passion project. She's been thinking about this and working on this since Shrek ended last year. So I'm very excited.
Okay.
I'm kind of wondering, as we just got our brand new cameras in for the broadcasting that we're going to be doing for some sports, if that might not be a good event to do.
Definitely.
Obviously, you're not broadcasting. We're not doing play-by-play or color commentating, but
although it would be funny.
It would be.
I'm not sure I'm up for that gig, but
No.
The videotaping of it and somehow finding a way to run the sound through the sound system and get a really quality video after the fact. Obviously, we wouldn't want to live stream it because then people may decide not to come to the show, and musicals like that are best seen live.
Definitely.
Yes.
So, Benedicte, what have you been up to?
Well, from the last time we left off, I had cheerleading the whole competitive winter season, which go us. We got to
You got to state, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I also did madrigals with Faithe, and that was really fun. And so now I'm just chilling with track season, the beginning of indoor, moving out to outdoor.
I don't see track as a chilling type sport. What do you run / throw / jump?
So currently for outdoor season, I throw shot put. And once we make it outdoor, I'll be throwing discus and shot put also.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm no longer a runner.
I'm going to be completely honest. The fact that, and I knew that you were a shot putter, it surprises me a little bit. Like you just, I don't know, that you just it didn't strike me as a shot putter. So how did you come into doing that?
So I think it's mainly from like watching the Olympics. Like everyone's like more drawn into like the running events, but I found it like intriguing, like how cool it is to like throw like a weighted, technically a weighted ball, and like the different like technique you have to put in place, and how just like tweaking one thing with like your arm or your legs will like change the distance of your throw. So I like that was the most interesting part about like for me. And then my personal favorite event is discus, and I like that it's like not more like strength wise, but more like technique wise. So like anyone could technically be good at discus if you like put in like the time to like learn the proper technique.
Excellent. Cool. And how did the girls track team do at the Big 12 track invite, which was just a couple days ago, Monday?
We did pretty well. For like anybody wondering, we did beat Normal Community this year.
Okay.
That's why I asked.
That
That was the main impetus of asking that question.
We did get third, and I think with like all of the up and coming like athletes and like with how like the season's going so far, I think that like is where like we deserve to be. And I know like from what I'm seeing, we're just gonna keep going
Getting
up
better.
from
Good.
So that was like a
Who
really
won,
good.
by the way?
It was Champaign Central.
Central. Okay.
They were beasts.
I
out
saw
there.
Champaign Centennial running the 4x8.
Oh wait, I think it was Centennial actually.
Yeah, and they were unbelievable. Like every single one of those 4 girls were like just booking it around the track. So
Cool. So both of you are seniors.
Yes.
Correct. So we're near spring break, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Do we have or any closer to post-secondary plans? You have a Stony Brook University shirt on. I don't know if that
I recently
represents...
got accepted.
Okay. Congratulations.
congratulations.
And
Not following your sister down to SIUE.
That was an option, but I do am like geared towards like the Northeast. I just love like the environment. I've been to New York multiple times, so it's like I love the place.
that's what made you choose
awesome.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you looking to major in if you haven't decided already?
My main major is business administration, and I want to focus on like healthcare with that.
Cool.
Very cool. Excellent.
Faith?
My process is weird. So I haven't picked a school yet. I have currently 7 options. I'm still waiting to hear back from 3.
Okay.
So musical theater college is weird. I want to major in musical theater.
Right.
And it's weird because you have to like apply and audition I auditioned for 24 schools.
All like differently, like
these-
separate
Yes.
times.
Are these are live? That's not a video or anything?
Some of them are. So for the 24 schools, I submitted a pre-screen video, which was just like, here's some songs, here's me acting, here's me dancing.
Right.
Choose if you want me.
Choose if you want to maybe want me.
Yes.
Got it.
And then after that, from that, I got 18. So out of the 24, 18 said, we maybe want you. And then I did in-person auditions at some of them. But the big one was I went to Chicago Unifieds the week before Magical's Tech Week. And I spent the whole week in Chicago auditioning for schools. And I'm just hearing back now for like for the ones that I did at Chicago. So I have 3 left to hear back from, and then I'm into 7 currently.
Got it.
Do you have one that you would prefer if you have your choice?
Well, of the 3 that are left, I really want to go to Carnegie Mellon because that's been my dream school since I was in like
Well, there you go.
6th grade. But they have a 0.01% acceptance rate. So
That's pretty high, right? Like, I'm not very good at math.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That's the highest.
So, wow.
So we shall see. The chances are not in my favor, but I have a lot of good options right now. So
Cool.
I'm
Good.
I'm
All
excited.
right. Best of luck with that.
Yes.
Thank you.
So spring break, let's shift our
Jump
focus,
into it.
which is a week and a day away. For some people, maybe just a week away, because I know we have several people who like to get down to the Gulf Shores or Florida just a little bit early.
Mentally, I think a lot of students, it's now.
Yes,
Yep.
or
Yep.
last
It's right
week,
now,
or
or
especially as
yeah.
the weather starts to turn a little bit. Any plans for spring break for you?
No, not really. I'm just gonna stay in town and practice for outdoor season.
Got it.
I'm going for 100 feet and plus in discus, so that's gonna be in like putting in a lot of work.
Putting in the work over break.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like it.
I'm doing a lot of college tours. So of the ones that I got into that I haven't toured yet.
Cool.
That's what I'm doing.
Are they pretty far apart? Or
Some
are you
of
like
them
trying to
are.
conquer just this general area? Are you going to go to California and then New York and then down to Florida?
Yeah, so a lot of the ones like in the Midwest I've already toured. So the ones that I haven't are like on the East Coast.
Okay.
So I have a Pennsylvania one. I have a New York one. So like those ones are the ones that
So you're going to be heading east for spring break.
yes.
Maybe we can meet up, Faith.
Hey, that would
Sounds
be
like
great.
a plan. Mr. Burgess.
I, for the 4th year in a row, am going to Gulf Shores, myself and my family. And then we are going with 3 other families. So there will be 17 total people in a house. 8 adults and 9 children
awesome.
under the age of 10.
Walking distance to the beach.
Walking distance to the beach. We have a pool,
And I'm sure you've already looked at the weather.
multiple times per day
Yes.
for the last month.
Yes. And last time the weather was not very good for your trip.
Yeah, it was very hit or miss. That's the problem. Like the Gulf, it's just always, you never know at this time of the year.
Yep.
So one year we went there and it was great every day, and last year it was meh, kind of.
Yeah.
Iffy,
I too
so.
have been looking at the weather. I generally never go anywhere over spring break, but I am going on a short golf trip with my 2 brothers and brother-in-law to Alabama. So the middle of Alabama, in Auburn. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but so we've been looking at the weather. Mid 70s, 50% chance of rain each of the 3 days. So,
Yeah.
and I think that's probably pretty common for the. So I've, to be honest, spring break is always. It's one of the times where I like don't look at Facebook because I have a lot of envy, looking at everyone that's going to all these really cool places, and I've just haven't been able to afford taking trips like that. I never did when I was younger either. I went one spring break trip. Never did when I was in college. Would have liked to,
Yeah.
but just haven't. So
The good news is usually after spring break, I feel like it kind of cruises, like it flies by.
True.
School flies by, and then we're kind of
Yep.
the last. It's always like the
especially this year,
signifies the end of the year.
We're done really early this year.
Yeah.
Next year's schedule is different. We're going to be in school about a week and a half later next week, but we start later. So this is a long summer for the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors.
Yep.
Darn it.
So, but you're out early, so that's all that
Yeah, May
matters.
24th.
So
Yay!
well, that's graduation, right?
Yeah, that's
No, you guys
So-
you're done earlier than
I mean,
that.
if you have A's, you're done much earlier than
like
that.
the 18th.
Yeah. Yep. Today's podcast sponsor is Select Screen Prints. Select Screen Prints has been in partnership with Normal West for over 25 years, providing quality Wildcat apparel at an affordable price. Choose Select Screen Prints for all of your custom t-shirt, sweatshirt, and apparel needs. They now offer digital printing, which allows for fast turnaround and excellent quality at prices that are less expensive than most online apparel companies. Select Screen Prints is the choice in Bloomington Normal area and beyond. Check them out for your next apparel order. So, all right. So we're going to have a game here. We're going
Yes.
to play and talk about some spring break options.
Yes. So I have a list of a lot. We'll see how many we get through. And then we are going to give each a ranking in specific category out of 10. And then going to average all of their scores to get their overall score.
Got it.
Whoever gets the highest overall score, that's the optimal spring break
Right.
thing.
Okay.
So our categories are cost. We can imagine this. Because I'm not going to look this up.
No, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
We're business teachers.
Yes.
Yeah. Distance, relaxation, and general fun time.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So the first one is like a road
And by the
trip
way, we're ranking out of 10, right?
out of 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a rank, it's a
It's a score.
score.
Okay.
All right. For a road trip.
Okay.
Okay. Any type of just road trip.
Yes.
And just specifically, some of your other ones are vacations.
Yes.
So a road trip is like a day trip or maybe a 2-day road trip.
Like a road trip. I imagine a road trip like,
To Colorado.
yes.
Okay.
So that's a vacation.
Yes. But you drive there.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, and that's about a 20-hour drive.
I personally, I'm going to start because I'm old. I'm going to rank it. So the first one is cost.
Yeah.
Cost probably a 5.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Distance.
Distance would be so hold on, is distance, that's hard
Most
to...
of the places we'd probably go for spring break distance.
But are you saying 1 is better and 10 is better?
10 is better.
So I would say that's in the middle too.
Okay.
And then price?
relaxation?
Oh, relaxation.
Not super relaxing if you're in the car.
Yeah, especially if you have kids, it's not always relaxing. So
it is not.
2,
Okay.
I'm going to give that a 2. And then for the overall fun, I personally like driving,
I
and I
agree.
like. I have a lot of really, really fond memories of my family. I had 5 siblings, 4 siblings, and then me. And we went to Colorado, to the West Coast, and had a lot of fun. So I would give it a 9.
9.
I love road trips too. I love driving. I like being in control, but I also just like I have memories of just driving with my family in the car. And that's stuff that when we talk about vacations, honestly, a lot of the memories that come up are from just being in the car.
Agreed.
Not from the actual things we did on the vacation. So
just the stuff, especially since we didn't have electronics growing up. We weren't, glued to our phone or our iPads and stuff like that. So we had to communicate or come up with games or sing or other things that were memorable instead of, oh, well, I'm in the car. Well, that's no different than when I'm in my room on my iPad or on YouTube or playing video games.
Sometimes the horses and the horse and buggy got tired for you, right? Just kidding. Sorry, continue.
Do we have a different point?
Yeah, you need to give them your ranking.
I would say for cost, since I don't know, I don't pay for much when I'm on a family vacation.
Free. It's a 1.
Yeah. I'm I would think from what I've seen, driving is cheaper than buying a plane ticket.
Or buying 5 plane tickets if you have a family of 5.
Yeah.
There's 6 kids, my mom, so I'm
But you have to have hotels and you're constantly eating at restaurants and stuff like that. So
I'd say cost probably a 7 because it's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And I put 5. Or is that what
I agree with
We'll
yours.
average these.
Yep.
So that'll be good.
And then for distance, I would put it in the middle because I'm it's just I don't know.
Yeah. It's not like we're going to the Bahamas or something
Well, in spring
like
break,
that, so.
you can't really go
Correct,
that
on a road
far.
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you leave this Friday and then just take a 2-week spring break and go to Alaska.
That sounds great.
That might need to be 3.
3 weeks. And then for relaxation, as the person who's not driving, I find it very fun, gazing out and seeing the different landscapes. So I would give it a 9 because it's
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's different when you're
Totally.
apparent.
Yeah.
Or when you're driving, although I find driving pretty relaxing.
I'd
Just
freak out on the
driving.
highway.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you're up in Chicago or something like that.
Yeah. Driving in cities is not fun.
Yeah, and I also agree with like the fact that like a lot of memories are made like during the road trip.
Yeah.
And not like at the destination itself. So
Yep.
I think that's like a fair ranking for it.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Like a 9 for fun. Cool. Sweet. So this one's easy. And then I'll do that one later.
Okay.
Cool. Next one.
We're going to have to go a little faster for each one, by the way.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next one is a pro sports game.
Cost, I mean, not anymore. That's like a 8.
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
I've been looking at tickets for my kids want to go to a couple different games this summer, and it's insane.
I think you should
And a
say
lot of it's-
college and pro.
Okay.
College/pro.
So for the cost, the more expensive it is, the lower the score.
Okay,
more
then
it is.
that's more like a 3 or 2,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah. I would agree.
I mean, honestly, like I would probably pay significantly more for tickets than I would to drive to San Diego. It would cost significantly more just for tickets to like
for your whole family.
for my whole family. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like pro sports nowadays is more a corporate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's too
you get at
expensive.
comp, someone's taking you there
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yep.
That's why I put college in there. Like, so spring break is NCAA time.
Yeah.
That would be fun for me, and I would enjoy that. But in terms of going to a pro sports event, I would be out, no matter what it was. Unless, I mean, maybe I could go to a White Sox like season opener or something like that, and because, or like the second game, because it wouldn't be very expensive because they are bad. But
All right. Distance.
That's probably going
that's
to
a
be
range,
Yeah.
really.
It just
cool.
depends where like the game is taking
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Well, for us, for most people in the you know, it's going to be either St. Louis or Chicago or
Yeah, so 2 or 3.
Well, no, it'd be a 7 or 8 because you're not going as far.
Yeah, because you're not
Yeah.
traveling.
Oh,
as
you're
far.
right. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's an 8 for that one.
8. Cool. Relaxation.
I don't know how relaxed you can get at a game. I feel like
No.
you'd be heated,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
It's not relaxing,
Not at all.
one.
especially if you have younger kids.
Oh, yeah.
It is
The crowds,
extremely
like-
stressful.
Well,
Like
you're
I don't want to
getting in
lose
line at
them,
the
and,
concessions, getting in the badge,
and they
yeah.
get annoyed, and they start to lose patience, and
yeah.
then you start. It's. In fact, I just want to move on to the next one. Just talking about it is stressful.
How fun is this?
Depends, but I'd say
It can be
7.
but
That's not my favorite.
I go lower than that. I go 5.
Yeah, 5. 5's
5.
good.
Okay. Benny, do you have a different score than that? Or is 5's good?
5's good. I don't like
Okay.
really go out to like watch like live games a lot. It'd be different if it was the World Cup.
Cool. All right. Let's see. Next one is a concert.
I feel like for cost, I'd put that at like a 4 because
Oh.
it's like so like expensive. Like concert tickets. Like I was looking at.
So she's saying 4 is lower. I mean, because you're
Yeah,
giving
when
it
we
a
have
lower.
when we have pro sports, I mean it's just as much, if not more, than a pro sports.
Right, but then it would be low, not high.
No, sorry, cost. I meant higher.
Right, the cost
Yeah,
is
yeah.
high, but then
The
the
score for,
rating
like,
would be
would be
lower,
low.
like
Yeah.
a 3 or a 4.
Because it's just ridiculous these days.
Then you got to get a T-shirt and
And it's and a lot of it's the fees now for both of those things. They're just it's crazy.
Okay. So 3 or 4?
Yes.
Okay.
and travel is minimal.
Yeah.
It's the same. Chicago's mainly where like all of the concerts happen.
Okay. Relaxation. Probably also around this.
I mean,
It depends on the artist.
yeah, it depends
I
on the
would
type of
say.
music.
For me, like I listen to a lot of like chill like music. So for me, relaxation would be high, like an 8.
Yeah, and Mr. Franz, like, you know, when you get in the mosh pits at some of those
Yeah,
concerts.
but that's therapeutic. It's therapeutic. So you call relaxation what you want. So I would not probably consider a middle of the road to me. It's definitely not in the high end of
Like a
relaxation.
5.
4.6.
4.6.
There you go.
4.6.
That's so specific.
The decimal could be the deal breaker, yeah.
Yes.
Can. All right. And then fun.
I think concerts are
Yeah.
fun if you're with the right people,
I'd
I'd rather
especially.
go to a concert than a sporting event.
Absolutely.
It's longer, you enjoy it more.
I'm going to go 9.
Yeah, same.
I'll go with 10.
Yeah, I'm like concerts.
That's
I'm
fair.
like, maybe it's because we're music kids, but like concerts.
Yeah,
that's
Grand old time.
for
The
sure.
other thing that, like sporting events, you can't control like how good the game is. The concert's going to be, if you like that artist and you're
Yeah.
there because
Yeah.
you like that artist,
It's almost like guaranteed.
it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We're going to do 2 more. So I have the beach is the next one.
Well, relaxation, it's going to be 9 or higher. I just love the sounds.
See, this is my hot take.
Oh,
I'm going to
Hey,
a
we
beach,
can put
but
more
my
than one
wife
score.
loves beaches. I would personally rather go to like a mountain area or and ski or do something like that. But it's not gonna fly with my family. My kids love the beach, so it's fun to watch them. But for me, just
you get bored.
getting
probably
sand everywhere and just like
Yeah.
I don't like to just like lay there. That's not my thing. And so
I do
for
get a
me,
little
it's just-
antsy on the beach, but
Yeah,
I just like the sounds. I like the
yeah,
sights.
yeah. I would prefer like a morning or evening like beach, just
Yeah.
relaxed walk or
That's a
something.
good point.
But just like the act of laying there and just getting sand everywhere and sand is in your bed and just ugh. I
You
don't
just
know.
ruined it
So
for everyone.
no, that's just me.
Yeah,
I know
yep,
that
I get
I'm
it.
probably in the minority.
I
But,
get it. That makes sense.
So my rankings are going to be a little bit different than
Yeah.
So
most
then
people.
what is your ranking going to be?
For fun,
Yeah. Or for relaxation?
I'll put it at 5 for fun.
5 for fun.
Relaxation, I don't like to relax. I'd rather be doing something active on the beach. So
Playing frisbee, throwing the football.
yeah, so for the 3.
3. Cool.
Well, I've never been to the beach, and so it's like kind of a unique thing for me. Like I think laying around, I hate the heat. I'm like a spring, fall person.
Same.
And so I would say probably for like fun, a 6, just because I'm like, I do love like pretty sights and like seeing like the ocean or just like large bodies of water.
ambiance,
Yeah, it's so
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But then for like fun, probably a 5. It just depends. Like if I'm with my siblings, I know we'll make something out of it. But it's like if I'm by myself, then it's like,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The fun factor isn't for kids. It's fun because it's unique, and unless they live by the beach, it's something they can make sandcastles or little moats and rivers,
Yeah.
and just splashing in the water and getting
Yeah.
stung by jellyfish and stuff like that. It's fun.
Yep. Yep.
I'm like a 4 or a 5, I guess, with fun.
Gotcha. And then cost and distance.
It can be pricey to stay by a beach.
yeah.
So
It's
I'm
really
going to say
popular.
like 8.
Yep. I agree.
The food's more expensive.
And then you gotta
Everything's
go
more
a
expensive.
minimum of
10 hours, 10 to 12 hours.
Although I will
whatever to
say,
get down
Michigan's Indy, like the
there. During the summertime, yeah.
during around Lake Michigan,
Yep.
though. I mean, it's
a lot
just
of
as
fun.
good as
Yep.
a
And that's
beach
only
in Florida,
5
in my opinion.
hours.
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours. So
Gotcha. And then distance.
Maybe be probably like a 4 or 3 because we do
yeah,
have
I think
like
that's.
Michigan, so that's not too far.
But I guess you're not going to go there
we're
during
talking about
break.
spring break.
Oh, spring break. Oh, that's
yeah.
true.
You don't want to
Never
go to
mind.
Lake
That'd be
Michigan.
probably like a 7.
Okay.
Well, it'd be lower because it'd be farther. So
Yeah.
more like
So-
a 3.
3. Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Let's do one more.
Yes.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Pick
that's
the
totally
best
fine.
one out of that.
Well, I'm gonna do the most different one out of all of them. Or do you want the best one, or do you
No,
want
it
the most
does. It's up
different?
to you.
You pick.
This is
Alright.
the most different.
Most different? The staycation. Don't go anywhere.
My type of vacation.
I mean, for relaxing, for me, that would be like a 10. Because I'd just be watching basketball the entire time.
Man. Okay, so obviously for distance, it's a 10. And for cost, it's a
Also a
10.
Wow.
See,
So
for
that's
me,
it's
with
almost unfair.
See, for me with relaxation, it'd probably be like a 3, because I know that I'm gonna want to do things.
You're gonna
Oh,
get
that's true.
you're
Or
gonna
like-
get sucked into doing stuff that
Or like my parents will be like, "Oh, you don't have anything to,
to do. So let me give you
Here,
something.
here's things for
that's
you
a
to do."
great point.
That's
Yeah,
like-
and I sit here and say that I'd be relaxing, but I think I know myself. I'm not good at just sitting around. So
Yeah.
10 is probably
And it's
too high.
it's not that fun either. So like, you've got 358 days to do to do staycation, right? So the only thing that makes it fun is that you don't have to spend extra money.
Yeah.
And if you're like
go to
on a
work.
budget, then it's more stressful when you're spending money sometimes. Like I remember a couple of vacations that I took my kids on and they were just not behaving well and not enjoying it. And I'm like, this is so stressful for me that I'm spending thousands of dollars and they're just like, I don't know. I'm going to stop talking about it.
For me, though, I'm like, as someone like with a busy schedule, I feel like a staycation is just like a time for like me to like unwind and like be able to do nothing and just like,
Which is good.
yeah, hang around and like.
But then you should take like a mental health day and have a staycation, like a 1-day staycation.
That's what senior skip days for.
It's true.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
It's not
know about
sanctioned by the podcast.
What?
Yeah.
Do you have one more in there that we can go over really quickly?
Sure. Let's do a Europe trip.
Cost 10.
10?
Or would it be a 1? It'd be a 1.
Wait, one.
One.
More expensive.
One, and
Distance.
same with distance. Fun, it would be up there for me.
That'd be a 10 for me.
Especially if you get to choose
What country?
what country.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to force me to go to whatever,
Italy.
but I would love to go. I mean,
I've
Greece,
only been out of the
Italy.
country once, so that would be
Yeah.
high up on my list. But we're teachers.
And relaxation, it depends on probably who you're going with.
Yes. I feel
My-
like that's the
and what,
biggest
like for
factor,
my
yeah.
kids, they're a little older, and so I think they would enjoy it more. But at your age, you're somewhere in the middle. But like for Sarah, Mrs. Manarich,
yeah, miserable.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a 3-year-old and an
3-month-old,
infant.
yeah.
They're not even
Two.
going to remember it.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Correct. How about you guys?
I went on like a Germany trip one spring break, and that was a lot of fun, but it was not relaxing at all.
There is a tendency sometimes when you go over, especially if you're only going for like a week,
Yeah.
is to try to jam too
Yeah.
much in, and so it's not as
Yeah.
relaxing
You
as
don't get to savor like a lot of the moments you take.
yeah.
Like it was like, oh, we saw this thing. Okay, now get in the car. We're driving to the next place.
Yep.
It's like, okay. So the relaxing was in the car. So I would give it like a 3
On
but,
the
like,
relaxing part.
on the relaxing part, but a 10 for fun. 'cause it was
Okay.
a lot of fun.
So I think, I don't think we need to actually put all the numbers down and average them all. I think we can probably look at it and say the funnest was
The funnest
The more
probably the European.
was the European
And then
And-
the
and
staycation.
the concert.
The concert.
Those
Got
were
it.
the two that were
and
tied.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
How about relaxing?
Relaxing, the most relaxing was the beach. Score of 8.5.
Got it. Sorry, Mr. Burgess.
Oh, it's okay. I get it.
Distance, so the best optimal distance.
Staycation, but that's not
Would be the
fair.
staycation.
Yeah.
Choose something else for that one.
The
Concert,
best
maybe?
optimal distance. I think I messed that up. Would be the road trip.
The road trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then cost besides staycation, because that's not fair.
besides staycation was also the road trip.
Got it.
So you should go on a road trip to a
Yes.
concert is what we just found out.
I agree.
Yes.
Make
And
a
you're
pit
gonna
stop
have
at
a lot of fun.
concert.
There you go.
And at the beach if you want to relax.
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
there you go.
Have a concert
On the beach.
on the beach. Take a road trip there.
Got
Okay.
it.
Yes.
There we go.
Simple.
Easy.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
That was fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I could keep talking forever about it, but our listeners have said, let's trim it down here. So, appreciate you guys coming back on. Good to
Yeah.
catch
Best
up
of
with you
luck with your
guys.
future endeavors.
Thank you.
At the musical,
the
especially,
musical.
and with the
Yes.
shot put and discus. Hope you get
Thank
to that
you.
100 feet mark.
Hopefully.
Maybe we'll have you back on just for a short, like 30-second clip of you explaining your 105.
My
that you
105.
got.
Yes.
So- All right. Anything else to add, Mr. Burgess?
Nope. Had fun.
All right.
right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.